At 75 years old, Reggie Leach's career looks like a waste. He fell just 19 goals short of 400, missing what many consider the benchmark for Hockey Hall of Fame entry. Alcoholism cut his career short and cost him hockey immortality. But is a wasted career his true legacy? The real story of the Riverton Rifle isn't about what he lost. It's about what he found after hitting rock bottom and rebuilding his life into something far more meaningful than any trophy. Reggie's journey began in the harshest conditions imaginable. Born in Winnipeg in 1950 to an Ojibwe mother from Eagle Lake First Nation, he was sent as an infant to live with his grandparents in Riverton, Manitoba. His father, Archie Leach, was a blaster struggling with overwhelming financial hardship. The small house held 14 people. Reggie became the 13th member of a family living in crushing poverty. They survived on welfare, though Reggie didn't know this until his teenage years. His grandmother Kate became his guiding light. Even when she had almost nothing, she found ways to help others in their community. This selfless spirit would shape Reggie's character for life. Hockey became his escape, but even that came with barriers. His family couldn't afford proper equipment, so he played roller hockey for years before getting his first pair of ice skates at age 10. Those skates were size 11 hand-me-downs from his brother. Reggie wore size 7. For 4 years, he stuffed them with tissue paper and newspaper just to play the game he loved. This image, a boy with incredible talent, making do with borrowed, oversized equipment, perfectly captures the obstacles he faced from day one. When tragedy struck, and he lost both his father and sister within 3 months, hockey became more than a game. It was his lifeline. But even in his youth, the seeds of his future struggles were planted. Reggie started drinking at age 12. By 14, he was having drinks with older teammates on the Riverton Lions senior team. The pressures of professional hockey would later fuel this fire, but the sparks were already there. His journey from poverty to stardom is a testament to his spirit, and if you find stories of resilience like this inspiring, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more. Junior hockey brought both opportunity and harsh reality. Playing for the Flin Flon Bombers, Reggie's talent exploded. He scored 255 regular season goals in his junior career, including an incredible 87 goals in the 1967-68 season. His nickname, the Riverton Rifle, was born from his deadly accurate shot that terrorized goaltenders across the league. He won the Western Canadian Junior Hockey League Player of the Year award and multiple All-Star team selections. But success came with a price. The mixed heritage community of Riverton had sheltered him from overt racism. Flin Flon was different. Fans regularly called him a dirty Indian from the stands. Road games in Winnipeg were especially brutal. He later called it one of the worst racist towns he encountered in junior hockey. His coach, Pat Janelle, gave him advice that would shape his approach to handling abuse. Don't mind the people in the stands, because if they're calling you names, you must be doing something right on the ice. Reggie learned to turn the slurs into motivation. If he was playing well, the racist comments proved his dominance. But this created dangerous pressure. Any drop in performance would strip away his primary defense against the abuse. The Boston Bruins selected him 3rd overall in the 1970 draft, but his career truly took off when he was traded to Philadelphia in 1974. Reunited with his junior teammate Bobby Clarke, Reggie became the final piece of the legendary LCB line alongside Clarke and Bill Barber. The Philadelphia Flyers were the defending champions, known as the Broad Street Bullies, and Reggie fit perfectly into their aggressive style. His first season brought a Stanley Cup championship, but the following year, 1975-76, was pure magic. Reggie led the NHL with 61 regular season goals, a Flyers franchise record that still stands today. In the playoffs, he was unstoppable. He scored 19 goals in just 16 games, setting a new NHL playoff record. His combined 80 goals that season broke another NHL record. Even though Philadelphia lost the Stanley Cup final to Montreal, Reggie won the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP. He became one of only a handful of players to win the award on a losing team. His individual brilliance transcended his team's ultimate disappointment. He was also named MVP of the 1980 All-Star Game and won a Canada Cup championship. But while Reggie was making hockey history, his personal life was falling apart. The NHL of the 1970s had a widespread drinking culture, and Reggie's problem escalated quickly. The transition from quiet small-town life to the fast lane overwhelmed him. He turned to alcohol to cope with the pressure and sudden fame. His drinking pattern became destructive. Every week or two, he would go on a bender. He described leaving home for a loaf of bread on Friday and not returning until Sunday. The consequences were devastating. Alcohol cost him his first marriage and hurt his children. The man being celebrated as one of hockey's most dominant players was privately watching his family disintegrate. After his peak in 1976, Reggie's production steadily declined. He managed 50 goals once more in 1979-80, but never reached that level again. He retired after the 1982-83 season at just 32 years old. His final tally was 381 goals, tantalizingly close to the 400-goal milestone that often serves as a Hall of Fame benchmark. Reggie takes full responsibility for this outcome. He firmly believes he could have played 2 or 3 more years and easily surpassed 400 goals if not for alcohol. When speaking to young people, he's direct. The reason I'm not in the Hall of Fame is because I made bad choices. And you have to live with those choices. Retirement didn't solve his problems, and it made them worse. Without hockey's structure and distraction, his life spun completely out of control. The turning point came when a doctor delivered a stark ultimatum. Either you stop drinking now or you keep drinking and die. Faced with this life or death choice, Reggie checked himself into a New Jersey rehabilitation facility on September 6, 1985. He remembers the date exactly because it marked his rebirth. He admits that initially he was still a con artist, telling counselors what he thought they wanted to hear. But over 7 weeks, supported by visits from former teammates, he committed to the process and got himself under control. Emerging from rehab was life-changing. Reggie calls this dark period a gift, the catalyst that forced him onto a healthier path. He has remained sober ever since, transforming his pain into purpose. Reggie is clear about his priorities. I'm more proud of what I've done after hockey. He views his playing career as merely a stepping stone for what the creator wanted him to do next. As a motivational speaker, he travels across North America, sharing his story with remarkable honesty. Often paying his own way, he visits schools, friendship centers, and remote First Nations communities. His message is simple but powerful. Life today is all choices. He tells young graduates to remember why they went to university and keep their focus going in the right direction. He preaches personal responsibility. You don't go blaming other people for your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes, and you go on. In 2006, Reggie and his son Jamie, himself a 2-time Stanley Cup winner, founded the Shoot to Score Hockey School. The camps operate across Canada, often in First Nations communities, reaching over 2,000 children annually. While they teach hockey fundamentals, the real curriculum is about life, reinforcing education, discipline, and positive choices. Reggie has also evolved from the player who once endured racism in silence. He now regrets that players of his generation should have spoken up sooner to the league about the abuse they faced. Following discoveries of unmarked graves at former residential school sites, he actively promotes education as the primary tool to combat racism. He participates in truth and reconciliation events, urging communities to start the talk, let's start the education, let's start the curriculum, and let's just keep it going. He believes change won't happen overnight, but spreading truth is the essential first step. The honors recognizing his post-hockey life are impressive. He received the National Aboriginal Achievement Award in 2008, was named to the Order of Manitoba in 2016, and became a member of the Order of Canada in 2019. Brock University awarded him an honorary Doctor of Laws degree that same year. So was Reggie Leach's career really wasted? He may have fallen short of the Hockey Hall of Fame due to alcoholism, but his complete legacy tells a different story. He transformed personal pain into public purpose, becoming one of Canada's most respected Indigenous elders. His story of overcoming poverty, racism, and addiction to find redemption and service transcends sport entirely. The boy who stuffed newspapers in oversized skates became a man who fills auditoriums with hope. The player who once turned racist slurs into motivation now turns his mistakes into powerful lessons for others. What do you believe is Reggie Leach's true legacy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring stories of resilience and redemption.